Newart said this video shows the good times in his marriage to Neworker Hurt, but he said there were bad times also.
He had a son by somebody else while we was married.
But it reached a boiling point 20 years ago this month when he says an argument with Hurt almost turned deadly.
She pointed the gun at me, shot me in the forearm, and the bullet went through my arm and it grazed my son's forehead. He stole in my arms. And I look at her and she's got the gun pointed at my face. And I was like, oh God, I'm getting ready to leave. She squeezed the trigger and nothing came out the gun.
What's up, family? Is it cool if I give y'all some relationship advice? If so, check this out. When you first meet a person that vibes with you and has all the qualities you have been looking for, make sure you fully learn that person and their background before getting into a committed relationship. I have read a lot of comments with people saying that if he cheats or does this or that, they deserve whatever bad they have coming to them. And some people feel that if you do them wrong, you deserve to die. I feel that's a bit extreme, but in this video, you will see that there are really people out there who will take your life if they feel you have betrayed them. Welcome, my beautiful people, to the #1 true crime / tragic events channel on YouTube. I am the Mysterious Black Bandit. Y'all go ahead and do your boy a favor and hit that like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any of these videos when I upload. And once you've done that, let's jump into this thing. On August 1st, 2019, Shawn Jackson, who was a resident of Jonesboro, Clayton County, Georgia, was reported missing by his 17-year-old son and his live-in 45-year-old girlfriend, Neworker Hurt. Immediately after getting all the information, the Clayton County Police launched a missing person report and started their investigation. But there wasn't much for them to go off of. Shawn's disappearance came out of nowhere, and from his girlfriend's report, he didn't have many enemies, nor was he connected to any nefarious groups. Now, when Shawn's son was taken in for questioning, investigators started to believe that there was some kind of foul play. His son told investigators that his father had been having an affair with another woman, and on the afternoon of July 31st, 2019, his girlfriend found out where Shawn's mistress lived and went over to confront him. He stated Shawn and Neworker stood outside his side piece home, arguing and fighting for a while, and the altercation continued as they made it home. Then later on that night, all the yelling and fighting stopped, so he assumed Neworker and his father had calmed down and made up because they both went to bed together. The next morning, Neworker came into his room and woke him up out of sleep to tell him his father left the house last night and hasn't been seen since. This made investigators very suspicious, and they also felt that Neworker could have possibly had something to do with this disappearance, but when they searched the house for evidence, nothing was found. With the ongoing investigation, detectives proceeded with protocol, calling family members and friends, and even watched hours of surveillance footage to try to see what actually happened to Shawn. Almost 3 weeks had passed, and investigators still didn't know Shawn's whereabouts, nor did they have any leads. But on August 19, 2019, that would change. Around 4 p.m. on a Thursday, in Jefferson County, Alabama, the sheriff's department received a call from some frantic residents stating, as they were out for a walk near Shady Grove Road and the Village Creek Bridge, they saw what looked like human remains protruding from the ground about 30 yards off the roadway. So Sheriff A.G. and a few of his deputies rushed over to the location to make their observation, and once they arrived to the scene, it was indeed human remains. The body was found in a grave, and fortunately, whoever tried to bury this body did a poor job digging it because the hole was so shallow, parts of his arms and legs were visible and could be seen from far away. Now, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office didn't exactly know who this body belonged to, but once it was taken in for an autopsy, his fingerprints, clothing, and tattoos were identified as the missing Georgia man, Shawn David Jackson. Soon after this discovery, investigators from Jefferson County reached out to the Clayton County authorities, and they began working together to determine where and why Shawn was killed and who would want to do such a thing. Now, of course, the Clayton County investigators had their suspicion, but with no evidence or witnesses, there wasn't much they could do. For almost 4 years, investigators didn't make an arrest, and this caused family members and close friends of Shawn to become very anxious. Now, although it didn't seem like they were doing much, investigators were doing their due diligence in the background and made some gruesome discoveries about Newark. In fact, it was enough evidence to place her and her brother Shrron under arrest. Detectives found out that his girlfriend Neworker had a lot of skeletons in her closet. Almost 20 years ago, she was married to a man named Charlie Newart, and for a while, they lived happily with the family. Then, out of nowhere, things went from good to worse.
I met Neworker, I was 22 years old, we got married, we were two broken people trying to be whole, and that never works. And the good times was good, but the bad times was bad. She was cheating on me, I was cheating on her. We had a baby together, I stopped cheating, she kept cheating, had a baby by somebody else.
After that, they had an argument that almost turned deadly.
If you know that story, you know that I was holding a year-old son during an argument. My ex-wife pulled a gun on me, shot me in the forearm. The bullet went through my forearm, grazed his forehead. Then she pointed the gun at my face and squeezed the trigger, and the gun jammed. God protected me.
After that incident, Neworker spent 3 years in a jail in Michigan, and of course, they went their separate ways. But when Shawn and Neworker first started dating, Charlie stated he actually warned him about who he was getting with. Now, with all the evidence that was gathered on Shawn's disappearance, a warrant was put out for his girlfriend Neworker and her brother's arrest. The Clayton County police detectives alleged that Neworker shot Shawn Jackson 3 times in the back of the head while he was asleep, then called her brother to help get rid of the body. With these allegations, the sheriff department put their elite fugitive squad on the task of finding Neworker. On April 20th, 2023, she was located in an apartment in Atlanta, Georgia, and placed under arrest on charges of malice murder, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, tampering with evidence, and concealing the death of another person. Her brother, on the other hand, was also facing the same charges, but they found out that he was currently in a federal prison in West Virginia with unrelated charges. The Clayton County Sheriff Department put out a statement stating, "Our elite fugitive squads are the best players in hide and seek, and they find everyone. Therefore, criminals now need to rethink again and again before committing crimes in Clayton County." As of today, Neworker Hurt is being held in the Clayton County Jail in Georgia to await her trial date. And there you have it. I am not going to go through my usual outro, but I am going to speak on something really quick. Y'all don't have to listen to this if you don't want to, but if you do, just know in new relationships, the person that you are talking to may go a few weeks or months being the person that you dreamed and prayed for. But understand, in all new relationships, and I'm speaking from a man's point of view, if he truly likes you or loves you, he's going to do everything and be all that you want in a man because he's trying to impress you. Now, after a while, he may continue to do these things, but it will definitely slack off. And in this phase of the relationship, you really need to be paying attention because by this time, he has gotten comfortable and that real person comes in. With that being said, if you notice the slightest bit of craziness, possessiveness, or controlling behavior, you might want to reconsider. All right, family, that will be it for now. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications for your boy. Y'all remember to live and let live. And until next time, stay mysterious, my friends.